This season we've talked a lot about All-America selection, and we are a display garden at the Botanic Garden at Oklahoma State University. But today we're actually on the campus of Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa, at Reiman Gardens, which is the site of a trial gardens for AAS. And joining me is Jesse Liebenguth, who is an indoor horticulturist here, and you're also on the board of directors.
I am.
Right, for the AAS. So can you tell us a little bit about your trial gardens here?
Sure. So we have 3 of the 4 different trial opportunities. So we have ornamental seeds, we have edibles, and we have herbaceous perennial trials. So we have everything from flowers to perennials to tasty herbs and vegetables.
So you're doing all of the trialing here, and the difference between the trialing and the display garden is we get the end product to grow out, but you guys are the ones making those assessments.
Yep. So there's lots of us that are horticulturalists, either breeders, people at public gardens, people at private sites, and we are all independent judges. We don't get any bribes. We're not told what belongs to who, and so we give everything a blind feedback, and we find out from there what's good and what's better.
Right. So about how many edibles are you growing this season for us?
We have 30 different entries, approximately, and so each entry has also between 1 to 3 different comparisons. So we're growing about 90 different plants.
Okay. And the comparisons are so that you know that it's an improved, potentially for the new one that you're trialing.
So there might be similar colors, similar flavors, similar types. You might have a sweet bell pepper being trialed against other sweet bell peppers. We have habaneros and poblanos in trials this year, so it's just a lot of peppers, a lot of salsa making throughout the year.
I was going to say, so there is one perk, right?
There is.
So you guys are actually trialing it, and what are you reporting on? I mean, is it about the germination rate, or how they taste, or everything in between?
It's pretty much everything from start to finish. We do a germination score. We also get notes about what the breeders are highlighting, so what they're saying is better about these plants. Better flavor is obviously something that has to happen because nobody wants a really beautiful tomato that is mealy and gross.
Right.
So we just get the notes. We're making notes about, yes, they said this germinates earlier, and it does. This produces a pepper 2 weeks before any of the entries. So.
Okay, so now, and you guys are in a different region than what we are in Oklahoma. You're in the Heartland region?
We're in the Heartland region, yep.
So obviously there's going to be some regional winners that are specific to you guys here that we won't necessarily see, but on the national level, some of what's going to come out of this might be things that we find in our display garden
that we'll send to you guys.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. So what are you in the process of? It looks like you're a little behind us with the seasons.
We are, yep, because it's cold here, it's colder. So we're doing a lot of transplanting right now. So I've got some volunteers here today, and they're helping me. We seeded peppers probably about a month ago, and they sat on our mist bench, and so now we're getting them off the mist bench, bumping them up, letting them know that it's time to take off and grow, giving them some good fertilizer so that we can get them planted out in about 6 or 7 weeks.
All right, so we're lucky we're going to get to plant pretty soon, sooner than you guys will. But how long does it last in the garden here for you, and at what point do you turn in your reports on this stuff?
So data is usually due about the 1st of October.
Okay.
There's every so often, especially if something's a later crop like a winter squash or maybe a Brussels sprout, the breeder can say that they would like a later data, which might push their introduction as a winter date back. But if they're not going to be ready until after October 1st, then they want a fair shake at it. So everything stays in the garden until at least October 1st. Data comes in, and sometimes it kind of just depends on what kind of time and volunteers you have and what kind of season you have.
Yeah.
If we get a hard frost and things look pretty bad the first part of October, things will come out. But as long as things are producing tomatoes and peppers that we can harvest to donate, then we usually leave them in.
Just like you would do in your garden, basically. And so, again, you mentioned donating some of the produce. Is that what you do, or what happens with all the produce?
We have another group of volunteers, and some of our summertime employees go out once a week at least and harvest all the produce and donate it to Plant a Row for the Hungry, which is a program through the Garden Writers Association. So they weigh everything, they clean anything up that's really muddy, and then they'll divide it up between several different programs here in Ames and Story County.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you for sharing this, Jesse,
Yeah,
and giving us a little insight into the trial side of AAS.
Thanks.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.